Somebody says nobody pays attention to a man's mental health. Nobody cares about your suffering until it turns to anger and you're screaming and you're shouting. Then everybody sees you as a bad person. For years, I was internalizing. For years, I was being narcissistically abused. For years, I was silent. I was letting everybody walk all over me. I was a doormat. I hate to use this analogy because it's a cheesy superhero movie. And don't get me started on superhero movies. I feel like I was being humiliated, by having people get me into superhero movies at my 30s. But you reach the point of like the Hulk syndrome. And I'm going to call it, you've been narcissistically abused, you've been tortured over and over and over again. They've and you get to the point where you're just so reactive, so emotionally, you've been abused to the point where you're just like the Incredible Hulk. You're just so angry, maybe not angry, I don't know what the right word is, but you're just, I know some people, you thought, when I discovered the extent of their abuse and betrayal, they wanted me to be like this, ferocious dictator of a horrible country, or like a metaphorical serial killer, not an actual serial killer, but like somebody who would scream and shout and be like, ah! But realistically, I'm a traumatized person who is on edge, is jumpy, and I don't know who to trust. And I feel like, somebody says, Andrew, you need to try to let love back into your life. You need to try to trust people again, and stop seeing everybody as a monster. Stop seeing everybody as a fiend. Lately, I've been depressed. Lately, I've been angry. And I don't trust anyone anymore. I think everybody, and I'm angry at everyone, and I feel like I've been betrayed by everyone, and I think they did have nefarious intentions, and they're not going to take accountability for it. I think it's kind of like the Incredible Hulk syndrome. They've transformed somebody who was the sweetest person, who was angelic, who was, a goody two-shoes. They transformed me into the Incredible Hulk, and now they just want to say I'm a bad person. But the reason I'm this way is because of the abuse they put me through, and nobody cares, they just want to say, oh, he's a bad person, he's righteously angry, he's enraged.